Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's video. Today we're going to be watching Game of Thrones Season 6, Episode 6. I see Jaime Lannister on the front, so I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. Looks like we're gonna check on those Lannisters, see what they've been up to. Man, last episode was pretty rough. Seeing the end of Hold the Door or Holgor, that was pretty rough. I hope Bren does okay. I don't know where they're heading. I don't know if they know where they're headed. It's just getting pretty crazy out here. So we're in season 6. So, there's a lot that I expect to still happen. Not necessarily this season, but the show. It's funny because we're getting towards the end, and I feel like we're nowhere close to a wrap up. So I'm not sure how they're going to wrap things up, or if it's just going to be. Is season 7 and the rest of season 6 going to be, crazy stuff after crazy stuff? I don't know. There I go saying that again. But I'm not sure. I'm enjoying it though. I'm getting stuff out of it. I like the show. It's very enjoyable to watch, and a lot of heavy lore, but it's good. It's good. So yeah, without further ado, let's just jump into it, and here's my reaction. Game of Thrones. Oh boy.
Burn them all!
Where's my sister?
There is a lot happening right there. Man, and everything went by so quickly. It's interesting because obviously Bren's got a big part in this story, but part of me is like, he can't even walk. So like in this scenario right now where the girl's dragging him, it just seems like he's useless and not helpful. Not his fault, that all happened in the first episode with Jaime Lannister and falling and all that. But, I don't know. There were a lot of things happening in those flashes that we could see just barely glimpses of stuff. It looked like maybe the Mad King was in one of them. So he saw Khaleesi and the dragons and saw his father die. There's just a lot to unpack in a very short period of time.
Mira. They found us.
Come with me, now. The dead don't rest.
It's not John's uncle, is it? I have no idea who it is, but that's the only one I can think of that's north of the wall that it could possibly be. But I thought he'd be long dead by now, but I don't know who that is. But thank goodness he's there. What else was going to happen? Were they just going to die? I don't know. Oh, man.
Find more green here than anywhere else.
You're nervous. You're a nervous talker. Well, that's not any better, being a nervous mute.
Didn't think I'd ever come back here after my father made me renounce my title and inheritance and, threatened to kill me if I didn't. It wasn't a very large piece of parchment.
You didn't tell them where I'm really from. You didn't tell them I'm a wildling.
The thing is, my father doesn't like wildlings. He hoped I'd make a man of myself.
Oh boy. This is gonna be an awkward family introduction. Oh man, it's interesting that they, Sam said to say it's his kid. That probably is the better route to go. But we've never met Sam's father either. So, but considering that he, renounced his claim and got rid of his inheritance, that perhaps either Sam did some stuff that we're unaware of, or his dad's just not a very nice man, which is more likely in my opinion. So it'll be interesting to see if they take them in with open arms or if there's going to be a lot of friction.
By killing some bloody wildlings, so it's probably a good subject to avoid, if at all possible.
Have they hurt you? Have they mistreated you?
No, Your Grace.
I've missed you. More than you could know.
We'll be together again soon. And everything will be better than it was before.
Better how? Soon the Walk of Atonement. He says there's no other way.
Have you spoken to him at all, the High Sparrow?
Yes. A few times. Have you?
Yes, I have. He's not quite what we thought he was, is he? You think I'm mad? I sound mad.
No. No, you don't. You could never. You're right. He's not. He's a lot more...
He is. There's something about him. His way of looking at the world.
Okay, she's either gone mad, or this is all part of her ploy or plan. I don't know. He is still what we originally thought he was. He is a terrible person, the High Sparrow. My goodness. I mean, she does look good, but did they mistreat you? No. Yes, they did. Maybe, yes. Yes, you were mistreated. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
What about Loris?
I love my brother. I will always love my brother. His soul is pure and perfect. His sins don't erase that purity, they only obscure it. He just needs to atone for them. We all do. Sooner or later, one way or another.
Alright, she's lost it. She has lost it. She's gone mad. Crazy. Crazy. I mean, there is some truth to everybody's sins, we've all done things we shouldn't have done. Some of us more frequently than others, I mean, there's always things you shouldn't do that, you've done, even if it's simple stuff, growing up, if I'm trying to think of a good, teased your brother or sister, or if you bullied someone in school or whatever, there's always stuff that you probably shouldn't have done. But I mean, Queen Marjorie and the king, I mean, they're still so young, and the way she's talking, it seems like she's been quote unquote fixed, and that's a shame if that's the truth. But maybe it's all part of her game. I don't know. Yeah, I've had some awkward family meals, but nowhere near this. I don't know about awkward, but you know what I mean? Like, I just, man, this is brutal. His dad really hates him. It makes me wonder, I'm like, should he have gone somewhere else? But then also, where else was there to go? But his father, even after all this time, it's just has this look of hatred towards Sam. It's pretty awful. Pretty awful indeed.
Samuel, would you care for more bread?
Oh, yes. Yes, please. Thank you, Mother.
Not fat enough already.
Ouch. That hurt. Yeah, I know Sam struggle. But also I feel like he's lost some weight, first off, and he can do quite a bit. You know, he killed Nightwalkers yeah. But you know what I mean? White Walkers, that's what I was thinking of. But he killed those. You know, he gets around a lot. I don't. That hurt. That's rough. Poor Sam. Man, not a supportive father at all.
Killed a White Walker.
There's no such thing.
I saw it with my own eyes on our way down to Castle Black. He drove a dagger into the Walker's heart. He risked his own life to save mine more than once. He's a greater warrior than either of you will ever be.
Yo.
Whoops. I mean, yeah, probably true. But the old man was already grumpy. You're staying in his home. I mean, good for her defending Sam. That's really nice of her to speak up for him, but I don't know if this is going to end well.
The Seven Kingdoms have waged war against these savages for centuries, and here I sit, hosting one in my hall. Thanks to my son. See that sword? He dishonors us.
You dishonor yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, he does dishonor himself. Brutal. Brutal man. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I agree that the Seven Kingdoms, you know, have been fighting them for a long time, but I also I agree with Jon Snow. I don't think they're the enemy anymore. But you saw the people kill Jon Snow, so there is a lot of people with that mindset of this is the enemy. I mean, and Gilly's a nice girl. Poor Sam. Poor Sam and Gilly. And the whole family, minus the father.
Sam?
We're leaving.
What?
Get your things.
I don't have any things. What are you doing?
We belong together. All of us.
What about you?
Yeah. I mean, it's tough because, you know, Gilly might have been okay there. You know, they would have made her a slave, though, so it's not really a good thing. But she probably would have been safe, physically safe, I feel like. But, you know, I mean, he told her they'd be together, and they've been together this far, so. You know, I feel bad for the mom, Sam's mom. She seems like a nice lady, and his sister seems nice, too. His brother seemed okay. He didn't really say much, but yeah, there you have it. I thought that was it, but Sam is taking her with him and the boy, so very good.
Mother and sister.
Oh, they'll understand.
Your sister's dress.
She won't mind. Looks better on you anyway.
He's taking the sword. Very nice. His father's gonna be so pissed.
Poison! Murder!
I gasped. I died. I live. Oh, and it was he that poisoned me. My evil uncle Imp.
So change it. It would all just be farting, belching, and slapping without you.
How would you change it?
The Queen loves her son more than anything. And he was taken from her before she could say goodbye. She wouldn't just cry. She would be angry. She would want to kill the person who did this to her.
She's not very good at being no one, at least not right now. She is deep in thought of what actually happened. I don't think it's good for her to be talking to this lady that she's killing, you know? It might lead her to second guess herself or decide not to go through with it, and who knows what will happen because of that. Oh boy. Oh boy. The many-faced god's not going to be happy with her. She doesn't get a third chance. Wow. Okay. I mean, you know, that's nice of her, but now what? You know, are you just going to run off being Arya Stark? I mean, I don't know what else you're going to do. Man. I was hoping she'd go through with it. Ah. Bummer.
Careful of that one. She wants you dead.
Oh boy. Wow. Okay. All right, Arya. You're going to stay Arya. I like Arya. But I don't know if this is going to turn out well for her. I don't know. Oh, man. I was hoping she'd go through with it, honestly. But, okay. Don't want to just kill anybody.
As I expected.
Shame. The girl had many gifts.
You promised me.
Don't let her suffer.
Oh, Arya, what have you done? Oh, no. Now she's got a target on her head. Oh, man. I mean, and the other person, like, the girl, is a better fighter than Arya. We saw it. We saw them fighting, you know? This could be the end of Arya. I hope not. Surely not. But it could be. Doesn't look good anyways.
Sorry to interrupt. We're here for Queen Marjorie and Sir Loras Tyrell. Give them to us and we'll be on our way.
I don't have the authority to give them to you. And you don't have the authority to take them.
That's I speak for King Tommen of House Baratheon, first of his name.
The gods don't recognize his authority in this matter.
You've already insulted one great house. It won't happen twice. Every last sparrow will die before Marjorie Tyrell walks down that street.
To die in the service of the gods would please each and every one of us. We yearn for it.
Can I just say that horse took those stairs like a champ? No ramp, just right up the stairs. I don't know what's going to happen. Are all these people watching going to turn on them too? I mean, they don't have weapons, but there's a lot of them. Numbers are usually good. I don't know. But this High Sparrow guy, this has to end. I agree with the Lannisters on this one. This got to be done. We're done with this crap.
By bringing another into the true light of the Seven.
Oh, man. Wow. Okay. Wow. Way to talk your husband into this crap. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Wow. Wow. Young minds. Young minds. I thought she was just bluffing. She wasn't bluffing. Holy cow. Oh, man. Oh, they've lost it. Well, I mean, at least the Lannisters don't come out on top this time, but oh my goodness, how terrible is this? Oh my goodness.
What's happening?
He's beaten us. That's what's happening.
Yeah, the High Sparrow has beaten you. He won today. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. How terrible is this? Oh man, this evil guy, look at that guy's smile, the old guy. Oh man, I mean, he's clearly, he won today. He's taken over the minds of the youngsters. Now he's in control of the whole kingdom. Oh man, this is brutal. Crazy stuff, guys, crazy stuff.
But not in this city.
You've lost it.
Yes, Father.
It's a castle, not a bloody sheep. Presumably.
Wow. Way to betray your father. Jaime Lannister banished from the city. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. The High Sparrow. I thought surely this was the end of him, but no. No, that old evil man is going to continue onwards.
Who are you? Uncle Benjen.
Wow, he's alive. That's crazy. That's crazy. I wonder how long. He's been out there for years and years and years. Oh, man. He doesn't look too well. But he's living. He's living. He said the three-eyed raven sent for him. So there you have it. There you have it.
The Night King comes. Drink. One way or another, he will find his way to the world of men. And when he does, you will be there waiting for him. And you will be ready.
Yeah, I'm not going to drink straight blood. Not for me. Not for me. Man, good thing he found him. Good thing he's on their side. Good thing the children helped him. Man, I think the children are all dead now. So their creation of the White Walkers, bit him in the butt or killed him. It didn't end well, though. Dragon's gotten a lot bigger. Is she riding it already? It looks like she is. That's funny. Man, yeah, I like the dragons. I like the dragons. Go dragons! Nice. Dragon's pretty big. I don't really have an amazing reaction to that. I'm sorry. It's like, okay, yeah, I mean, like, it's, you know, I've come to expect this kind of stuff from her, so I, you know, I don't really have any input. It's cool she's got a bigger army now. I mean, but she needs those 1,000 ships. But it's interesting because the other folks were planning to make 1,000 ships, so maybe she will marry that guy. I'm talking about the Reek's family, well, his uncle. Anyways, let us watch the behind the scenes, and if there's anything interesting, I'll leave it in. If not, I'll cut it out. But and then I'll see you at the end here. All right, you've made it to the end of the video. Appreciate you watching. Thanks for being here. Just a couple final thoughts to wrap us up. So I know I didn't mention much about Daenerys at the end. I cut out actually her whole speech, one because of the music, but also my reaction was I was just sitting there, like I had no reaction. I was just kind of, and you know, part of that is like I'll just rip the Band-Aid off. I know people aren't going to appreciate this, but I'm just going to tell you my opinion. Daenerys' storyline, the Targaryen, well, and with the dragons and everything, to me, it feels like it's kind of repeating itself. You know, they've made some parallels in the show as far as showcasing, like, her coming out of the fire. They did that twice. And then the big speech, they've done that before. And her riding the dragon, they've done that before. It just feels to me like it's kind of the storyline's repeating itself. I understand it is progressing. Like, this time she's got more men, you know, more women, you know, she's got a bigger army. Now she needs ships, but she needed ships before. I'm not a huge fan of her as a character. I don't like what I present as an attitude. I'm better than you. I don't like that. I just don't like that from people. That's never been a thing of mine. It's never going to be a thing of mine. So I'm just not a big fan of her anyways. And then you also add the fact that it feels like it's repeating itself. Yeah, she's a conqueror and she's going and conquering different areas and so forth and so what. But it's just not my thing. I'm not getting much out of that. You know, and I get she's a major character, but it's just not, she's not one of my favorites. I don't hate her. You know, it's not like the Lannisters where I root against them. You know, I'm not necessarily rooting against her, but at the same time, I find her storyline a little boring. I like the dragons. I think they're cool. You know, I know it's very surface level stuff, but that's just my input on her. It's not doing anything for me. I'm not a big fan of her and the way she presents herself. I just don't like it. So there you have it. But Arya, I hope Arya doesn't die. I do really like Arya. I was kind of hoping she'd stay with the Black and White, the group, the many-faced god. I was hoping she'd stay with them and become no one. Clearly she's meant to be Arya though, and she's going to continue to be Arya. So good for her. But you know, I hope she doesn't get killed over it. There's definitely going to be at least an attempt on killing her. And I mean, I think she just went back to that same place, so she should have left. But I guess maybe she didn't fully grasp that they were going to put her face on the walls if she didn't deliver a face. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Obviously, I'd like to see Lord Tyrion. Want to see more of him. You know, and the Master of Whispers, Lord Varys. I like him. Peter Baelish. I always feel like the show doesn't have much comedy without Lord Varys and, specifically Lord Tyrion. I think he brings a lot to the table. It was cool to see Jon's uncle, Bren's uncle. It's cool that he's alive. I do kind of, and I mentioned it in the filming of this, but I'm wondering if all the children are dead now, like all of them. And maybe there was more children elsewhere. Maybe they weren't all at the tree, but I was kind of under the impression that those that were there, that was where they were. And the White Walkers have definitely taken over that area and killed everyone they came across, including the Three-Eyed Raven, which is now Bren. It is interesting because supposedly the Three-Eyed Raven is not all human, and that kind of makes sense with Bren's abilities to, as he becomes the Three-Eyed Raven. I think his mobility could hinder him, but when you think about it, it never hindered the Three-Eyed Raven. We never saw him get up and move around except when he was in things of history or things of the future, all those visions that he was teaching Bren about. He was able to move around within those. So maybe Bren being paralyzed, as a human, it's not going to hinder him being the Three-Eyed Raven. Yeah, I mean, that was it. I mean, I enjoyed this episode. It was good. I want to see Sansa, of course. I mean, all the regulars. I was intrigued by what happened with the Lannisters. I'm definitely not rooting for the old man. I'm trying to remember what he goes by. But I'm not rooting for him. I don't really want him to succeed. I feel like he's just as evil as the Lannisters. I feel like there's a lot wrong with him. It is unfortunate that he was able to convince the king. I mean, really, he didn't convince the king. He used the queen to convince the king and turn him. And, it just goes to show, the young minds, they're innocent, but they can also be manipulated pretty easily. And it's kind of scary thought to think. And now the king is going to tell just everything that everything the old man is telling him to do in the religion. He's just going to be a bigger voice for him. And now he's got even more control, the old guy does. And I don't know what's going to happen. It's crazy, but yeah. But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on Khaleesi or Daenerys. I just don't like the way she presents herself. I understand she's a leader and she's making a big impact on everybody she talks to. I mean, heck, people, the Lannisters, Tyrion, for example, Lord Varys as well, traveled all the way to her to serve her and join her. So she is making an impact on people, but me as the viewer, it's just not my thing. I'm not into it. That being said, another good episode. I enjoyed that. Feel bad for Sam and Gilly. I hope they do well and succeed in wherever they end up going from here. I hope Jon's doing okay, Jon Snow. But yeah, there you have it. Episode 6. Another great episode, another great show. Well, another great season of the show. But Game of Thrones, ladies and gentlemen. If you did enjoy today's episode, leave a like. If you got any comments, feel free to let me know. If you disagree or agree, feel free to have a conversation in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. But I will see you all next time. Bye.